It's a quiet Saturday afternoon. You finally sat down, the coffee is still warm, and then the peace is shattered by two little words trailing into the room. I'm bored. Why do those two words hit so hard? For many of us, it feels like a tiny, terrible review of our parenting. We hear, "You are not doing enough." So we leap into action. We instantly adopt the role of the household cruise director, frantically lining up crafts, turning on screens, and suggesting outings to make the problem go away. Treating a child's boredom like a failure we have to fix immediately sets a psychological trap. That rush to produce an activity is the exact thing quietly teaching a child that they are incapable of playing without us. Take a typical 6-year-old growing up today. His afternoon is usually a packed itinerary. Soccer practice, then a music class, then a worksheet, then a television show while dinner cooks. Every gap is filled, but an anomaly occurred. He doesn't thrive in the free time. He falls apart. He floats into the room, deflates onto the floor, and announces that he has absolutely nothing to do. He actually has plenty to do. What he lacks is the knowledge of how to start. He can't initiate an activity because an adult has always started it for him, which raises an uncomfortable question. Is our frantic rush to entertain a bored child the very mechanism destroying their ability to play independently? By paving over every quiet moment with an adult-led activity, we are actively erasing a child's capacity for self-reliance. It creates a closed loop where they need us to entertain them, precisely because we never let them practice entertaining themselves. A few years back, a research team at the University of Colorado tested this idea. They tracked exactly how a group of 6- and 7-year-olds spent their time, hour by hour. They categorized the children's schedules into two buckets. The left bucket represents structured time, adult-led lessons and assigned tasks where a grown-up decides what happens. The right bucket represents less structured time, open stretches, free play, and unscheduled afternoons where the child is entirely at the wheel. They measured self-directed executive functioning, the brain's ability to set goals and follow through independently. The data revealed a clear trend. More time in adult-led, structured activities meant weaker self-directed skills, while high volumes of unstructured time strongly correlated with higher executive functioning. The critical life skill of self-direction only grows in the empty, unstructured time that parents are actively trying to fill. The parenting educator Janet Lansbury sums this up with a reliable rule. The more actions we take to entertain, the fewer actions our child takes. Every time we step in to curate an activity, we send a quiet psychological message. We tell the child, "You are incapable of handling this empty moment, so I must handle it for you." So what happens neurologically when we step back and a child is finally left staring at the ceiling, completely unentertained and without a screen? Left without input, the brain enters a free-floating state where it begins to connect disparate ideas, daydream, and imagine. This period of quiet functions as the essential cognitive workshop where the brain learns to generate its own internal stimulation. Before you can help a child navigate that workshop, you have to decipher their language. When a young child declares they are bored, it is rarely a literal statement about a lack of toys in the room. This graphic illustrates the 3 hidden translations of boredom. It usually means their nervous system is overstimulated and overwhelmed, or they've had too much fast-paced screen time, causing ordinary play to feel impossibly slow. Most often, though, it is a disguised bid for emotional connection. Consider a father named Marcus. Every time he took a phone call, his 4-year-old would grab his leg and complain she was bored. One day, instead of offering a toy, he knelt down and asked if she was just missing him. She said yes. He gave her 3 minutes of undivided eye contact. After that, she happily trotted off and played by herself for half an hour. Diagnosing the emotional root is the prerequisite to solving it. A child who seems to have nothing to do is often a child who simply needs to feel close to you. Fill that tank first, and the boredom frequently evaporates. But when they are genuinely standing in an open afternoon wanting you to fill it, you can use a very specific script. Acknowledge the feeling, thank them for sharing it, and say, "I wonder what you're going to do with that feeling." You lovingly hand the responsibility of solving it right back to them. Your physical role in the room then changes. You become the calm anchor. You stay nearby and do your own independent task, like folding laundry. You remain present, but you firmly refuse to perform. When you start doing this, expect a phase called the burn. The child will push back. They will whine, follow you around, and likely throw their arms up in despair. They are reacting this way because you are forcing them to use a mental muscle that has atrophied, and weak muscles burn when they finally get worked. Your duty during this phase is to provide quiet company and solidarity. You don't swoop in to rescue them. You just stay steady and let them know it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Allowing a child to sit through the profound discomfort of boredom builds something vital. It builds the foundational resilience they will need to be comfortable with themselves and their own ideas for the rest of their lives.